What if the spray-tan septuagenarian who once boasted of the best words now babbles like a malfunctioning megaphone stuck on mine, voiding Biden's executive orders with a baseless autopen conspiracy so bats hit, it makes his covfefe typo look like Shakespeare, all while his Thanksgiving truth social tirade slings the R-word at Tim Walz like a caveman chucking clubs at shadows. What if Donald J. Trump, that 79-year-old fraud factory whose very stable genius now wobbles like a Jenga tower in a wind tunnel, spent his holiday weekend golfing in gilded isolation at Mar-a-Lago, posting placard selfies with his name like a nursing home name tag to remind himself who he is, while his Gallup approval craters to a career-low 36%, with 60% of Americans gagging on his grift. And what if this festive fiasco of winning is always nice, while workers wither under his wage war wasn't whimsy but wickedness, a deliberate dodge from the deportation disasters and economic eviscerations that have foreclosures surging 32% and small businesses begging for Black Friday mercy, proving the emperor's elastic empire of excuses is snapping back to slap his own smug snout. Envision the grotesque glee of it all. Trump, the draft-dodging dandy whose bone spurs were the only spurs he ever sported, now spurs his spawn to shill shitcoins that shit the bed, a high-rolling hustle that hightails from high finance to high farce, leaving a trail of torched treasuries in its wake, while his house henchmen head for the hills with hands full of handouts. Folks, this isn't a holiday. It's a horror show, a Thanksgiving turkey turned toxic by the toxic touch of a tyrant whose tantrums torch the table, leaving a party in paranoid pieces and a nation navigating the nightmare of nukes in noodle arms. Time to eviscerate the emperor whose elastic empire of excuses stretches from fake news, flack, to felonious firestorms, dragging us all into the deep end of his dementia-drenched depravity. The Mar-a-Lago mirage that materialized on November 30th, 2025, wasn't just a bad weekend. It was a biblical bloodletting for Trump's battered bunker, a 72-hour typhoon of tantrums that transformed his gilded getaway into a ghost town of governance ghosts, where the orange oracle of outrage oracled his own obsolescence from the 19th hole, thumbs thundering like thunder gods on steroids as he unleashed a 2,200-word word salad whirlwind that read like the deranged diary of a man whose very large brain was leaking like a sieve sifting pudding through a colander of cognitive collapse. It ignited at 1:07 a.m. Friday, the witching hour when ghosts of gaffes past prowl the palm-lined paths of power. And there he was, ensconced in his estate's echoing emptiness, canceling every conceivable calendar commitment from pressers to photo ops, podiums to policy powwows, with a terse truth social tweet that tiptoed around the terror. Due to scheduling conflicts and the need to focus on critical priorities, all public events are postponed until further notice. The fake news will twist everything anyway, believe me. Believe him? The same huckster whose believe me became a punchline punchier than his poll plummets, now believes his base buys the bunkum, a bunker mentality that buries his transparent trope under an avalanche of avoidance. The man who once bragged, "I answer more questions than any president," now answering none, not even the simplest. Mr. President, why the ghosting? The irony is a venomous vaudeville, a slapstick symphony where the clown prince of cable, the man who minted millions mocking mediocre managers with a pointy finger and pithy put down, now nags at nothing. His schedule, a schedule of solitude that spotlights the solitude of his sinking ship, where Sundays in sanctuary means Sundays of surrender, the 19th hole his Oval Office of oblivion. Kimmel's late-night Lansing? A lingering lash that lingers like a bad hangover, the silver-tongued satirist skewering Trump's Epstein file fiasco, the bipartisan battering ram that bulldozed to his desk after a House 427-1 vote and Senate unanimous consent, with a quip that quakes. Trump's so desperate to distract from Epstein, he's claiming he invented Thanksgiving. I made the turkey great again, folks. Down 33%. Unless you count the price, up 40%. Cue the canned cachinnations. Cue Trump's uncanned cataclysm. His 1 a.m. apocalypse, all caps Armageddon. Why does ABC fake news keep Jimmy Kimmel, a man with no talent and very poor television ratings, on the air? Why do the TV syndicates put up with it? Also, totally biased coverage. Get the bum off the air! Exclamation point. Indeed, like a toddler's tantrum tattooed on the Ten Commandments, a desperate daub from a dictator in diapers who can't countenance a comic without convulsing in counterattack. His poor ratings retort a ricochet that rebounds on his own ratings rubble. Truth Social's 19.4 million monthly users, a 4.45% nosedive, per SimilarWeb's merciless metrics that mock his massive mob. But the Bunker Boys barrage didn't bunker at Kimmel. It ricocheted through his own ranks like a ricochet round in a rubber room, branding Marjorie Taylor Greene, Marjorie Trader Greene, for demanding Epstein transparency, Thomas Massie, a stupid person, and Rand Paul Jr., in a paranoid purge that purges his own party. His Republican Party never more united, a punchline punchier than Kimmel's monologue. Greene's grenade of a goodbye, tweeted like a Dear John from a domestic abuser hotline, ignited the infighting inferno. I refuse to be a battered wife hoping it all goes away. There is no 4D chess. I'm resigning January 5th, 2026. Battered wife. In a party peddling trad wife tyranny, that's not just a mic drop. It's a Molotov lobbed into Trump's harem of hysterics, a confession from the cult's crown jewel that the emperor's beautiful marriage to MAGA is marital mayhem, where loyalty means enduring endless eviscerations until the bruises bloom beneath the red hats. January 5th? No mystic marker. It's the pension precipice. 5 years service unlocking her $174,000 salary sunset stipend. A strategic Sunday swan dive to cash the check, while dodging a Trump torch primary where her America First apostasy, Epstein demands, and economic eviscerations would have been her Waterloo. Georgia's special election mandate. At least 30 days post-vacancy, leaving the 14th a lame duck limbo for weeks. Johnson juggling his faith, chewing gum, and bargain prayer candles, with a caucus convulsing in his own chaos. No courtesy call to Trump or Johnson. That's not oversight. It's overkill. A final fuck you from a former favorite who learned loyalty's a leash that lacerates when you lunge. The backstory is a banquet of betrayal, a slow-burn soap opera where Greene, the Georgia Gorgon who stormed the Capitol in tactical vest and cowboy boots, hawked Jewish space lasers for wildfires, and peddled Save the Children as satanic pedo panic, became Trump's feral favorite. Defending the double-impeached demagogue through January 6th blood, I was there for Trump. Classified docs caper, bathroom server, fake news, and New York hush money hush up until Bronx booze booted her. She won 2020 without his nod, beating 8 men on white grievance and QAnon quackery. Her floor fireworks fanning Fox flames and firing the base. Trump reciprocated with retweets and rally roars, dubbing her MAGA March and Warrior Woman, until the unthinkable Epstein files. Signing the discharge with Democrats? Treason in his tome. Calling prices not down, wages not up, no home hope. Heresy against Golden Age. Thursday's Thunderbolt. Marjorie Trader Greene. Plummeting polls, no primary survival. Backhanded the base's battering ram. Friday's Frostbite. For some reason, backing worst Republican, stupid Massie. Go your own way. Left her? Like a prom date ditching for punch, Trump treats allies as appetizers. Devour, discard, deny. Satirical sting. The strongman, demanding fealty like feudal lord now lords over leper colony loyalty light. Greene's battered wife, confetti cannon in cult confessional. Exposing emotional abuse at harem heart. Gave loyalty for free. She laments. Line landing lead balloon party free. Means forever indebted. Trump's fired. Family tradition apprentice oval. Comey Sessions Esper Green guillotine. Gasping independence. No 4D chess. Nuke QAnon quackery quarterbacked. Admitting world-saving plan. Pixie dust peddled pixie power tie. Party implosion palace pandemonium. Johnson's Johnson. Faith-fueled fumbler holding 219 to 213 House, greased golf grip. Now 218 to 213 Razor. Georgia 14th lame duck limbo February special. Juggling don't know details. Dodges Epstein Mimicoin's RSE budgets one-armed juggler unicycle. Caucus convulses. Massey mourns sad country happy friend. Loomer gloats, loot her. Owens opportunistically attacks Trump. Circular firing squad bullets ricochet red hats. Johnson's majority? Mirage melting midterm muster. Democrats 9-point turnout tsunami Marquette washing witch hunters. Suburban moms college grads galloping avenging Amazons. Greens rebrand. Reeks reinvention. Resignation reimagined renaissance. Committed putting knives. Far more common differences. Respect disagreements. Fight like hell kind. 180 sharper space laser lunacy. Positioning real America first oracle. Anti-war. No regime change. Against wars. Pro-worker. Fentanyl deaths 250%. Economic opportunities lost. Populist prophet decrying corporate Republicans hijacked movement. Halifax homily. Harbinger higher office. Georgia Governor Mansion cites. Women's rights. Whisper wink bases battered brides tired Trump's trad wife tyranny. Live fullest. Code podcast Empire book tour bonanza revenge rally circuit. MTG Extended Universe sequel no one asked dreads. Trump's tantrum tapestry. Tragicomedy untying. Marjorie Trader. Stupid Massey. Go away. Man mocked low energy Jeb energizes exits. Forgive what? Freudian fart forgiveness went. Emotional eruption. Schadenfreude sorrow party prostituted one man's paranoia. Greens battered wife. Battering ram bruise marked MAGA marriage. Bailout base betrayal bellwether. Vivid vignette. Capitol corridors echo goodbye. Johnson's jowls jiggle prayer. Trump's thumbs thunder. Great news. House haunted house hollow halls. Satirical supreme. Drain swamp. Demagogue drowns deluge. Green's ghost gremlin gnawing GOP guts. Rot ripples. 2026 midterms mobilize masses. Democrats turn out torrent Trump's tyranny. Grievance endures. Justice deferred devours defer.